Good morning. Sunday. Going in late today. Sort of a half day, if you will. And that's nice. I'm turning. I'm doing an excellent job. It's raining. It's a beautiful rainy day. It happens from time to time here. And we are here. Here we are. You and me and us and our imaginary friends. I asked my son leaving this morning what I should make my video about because I clearly have a plan. That bicyclist is moving much slower than I anticipated. Get on with your bad self, man. Person. Child. It's better to wait for them than to blast in front of them, I think. They probably think so. So imaginary friends is the theme today. I had one, I believe its name was Pookie. And my mom can confirm. Mom, show notes, comment section. And Pookie, I believe, lived in the graveyard near our house. Not that that's sketchy at all. I think Pookie and I got along. So yeah, there's been a lot of ghost talk lately around the house. Like, oh, I don't want to go in that room. There's a ghost. I'm like, forget about it. What are you talking about? What kind of ghost? Is it big, little, white, orange, gray? Describe it. But it's fine. I think imagination is so crucial for development and for expansion of the mind. You know, we're so pigeonholed into one path, one pattern, one thing, or a couple. But having imaginary friends is awesome. I would highly encourage you to invite imagination. You know, imaginary friend talk with adults can be, I don't know, seen as crazy talk, but that's fine. As long as you're sincere about it. Maybe not doing it in front of people that you need to influence. But there you go. Imaginary friends. Pookie and I go way back. My son's imaginary friend is named Jasper, by the way. Jasper tends to have similar storylines to my experiences when I share at dinner how my day went. Jasper had a similar day, slightly different. Kind of fun, starting to learn to tell a story. So as I get to this intersection, there's some reminders that pop into my head about the gigantic trees of Portland. There used to be a beautiful Carpathian walnut tree that had the most gorgeous crown and really delicate leaf structure, small pinnate, very like feathery looking leaves, and dropped a ton of nuts and was a huge hub for crows and squirrels, and I believe you can eat walnuts of all type. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it got chopped down and it looked super healthy, and I did collect some of the nuts that were fallen and plant them, and they sprouted and they were growing, and then squirrels ate them because that's what they do, and it was a little sad. But anyway, I feel like I've seen so many massive, we're talking like I couldn't put my arms around it, size trees getting taken down, healthy trees. And what got put up in its place? A pea trellis for growing peas. Annual peas. And it broke my heart a little bit because this tree was probably, 100 years old, and it's part of the Jugalone family, which produces an allelopathic chemical which inhibits growth of other plants around it. And so I'm guessing that they identified that and said, oh, let's grow peas. Or let's have a garden instead of having this magnificent tree. And that I believe that might have been part of their thought process. And it's just a little sad. It's like super short-sighted, right? Sort of in line with a lot of our modern philosophies of instant gratification. Forget all of the ecological benefits that a massive tree would have. The list is long there. You know, I'm sure that area stayed cooler in the hot summers because of the shade cast. The trees are producing oxygen, absorbing the CO2, moisture retention, all sorts of wonderful benefits. Food production, that wood is incredibly sought after by woodworkers, and if ever you were to need to burn that wood, I believe walnut, being a hardwood, has a really high whatchamacallit. Can't think of the word. What's the word? It burns hot, burns with lots of energy, and burns a long time. Yeah, anyway, have to come back to that word another day. It'll pop into my head later today and I'll be like, bing. So yeah, that intersection always brings that back up, and I remember that tree, and I attempted to propagate that tree and I failed, and such is life. But I would have had no idea what that tree was had it not been for like my interest in learning some of the ecology, which really originally attracted me to Portland, coming from Colorado. At the 8,500 foot mark in Colorado, there's not a ton of diversity within your tree species. And I came to visit Oregon as my sisters moved out here. I just fell in love right away. We just drank the Kool-Aid, big gulp status, and really enjoy all of the variety, all the diversity of the tree species and the climate. And why are there so many trees here thriving? I don't know. Could be the amount of rain we get and the temperatures we have, and I think it creates a lot of abundance that people overlook. You know, short-term gains. Let's get some peas. Forget this tree that'll continue to produce for a very long time. Scovial. No. That's capsaicin rating your hot peppers. Thought I had it. The word. So, yeah, as I'm driving by, I'm starting to see maples turning, and I'm learning more and more about the tree species around us, and they're really beautiful, and some of them are dying and needing to be taken out, but some of them are really healthy and strong, and it's just really sad to see them get chopped down. There was a massive monkey puzzle tree, Araucaria, that got chopped down, and that was really sad. And big huge firs getting chopped down, and I think it's really just tragic, really, to see that. I'm wondering also if there's a part of the overly litigious society that we live in contributing to that decision, like, oh wow, that tree's huge, and if that thing fell, we would be in a huge lawsuit if it hit somebody, so let's just take it out. I feel like sadly that's a part of the equation. So yeah, coming up on this little stretch of these maples, we've got red popping. I'm wondering if you're going to pick up on any of it. Some of them are already dropping quite a bit. There's a good chunk of yellow and orange going on. We are in the full-on shoulder season, folks. Things are changing quickly. There are people crossing the road. Nope, psych. They're getting in their car by the crosswalk. So yeah, imaginary friends, trees, changes. I'm going to try to keep my mind open to imagination today. I was working on my website a little bit, figured out how to add my YouTube channel into my website. This would be technically day 3 of my challenge to myself in posting these on that website. You know, I'm definitely not following the gain a huge following protocol and creating a lot of interesting inflammatory information for people to react to and be surprised and be hooked into the storyline, but I do enjoy the ability to share my thoughts. And I feel like I've had a few comments already on like Facebook from my family, and it's encouraging, right? Even if I only have my family follow, it's worth it to talk to my family a little bit more. Even though there's not really that great of a conversation two ways, I tend to talk a lot anyway. And so, getting closer, rolling in, looks a little busy. Oh yeah, it's Comic-Con. I might be circling around some parking lots. I'm gonna try the upper level. Comic-Con is an interesting, kind of in line with the imagination, right? So, Portland is sort of weird. At least it has a connotation of being weird. I'm gonna let this person pass and then attempt to park my car. So anyway, so it attracts this huge, interesting following of like superheroes and people dressed up in all sorts of cool looking stuff. And it's entertaining, and it makes me laugh, but it's in line with like imagination, right? Like, imagine that you had a costume that you could put on. Wow, this isn't boding well for me parking today. And lines, yeah, lots of lines. You want to wait in line. We've interestingly witnessed this phenomenon with lines, and I've gone dark, so this is purely audio almost at this point, where there's an elevator in this parking structure, and it takes you from the 4th floor or 3rd floor down, right? 4th floor is actually reserved for us. And there's a stairwell, so like at most 3 flights of stairs. And there'll be a line of like 40 people. Oh, is that? No, compact only. That person parks like a goofball. I'm gonna have to go up one more. So the phenomena is people waiting for the elevator, like maxing out the capacity, and in a queue to get down 3 floors. Kind of cracks me up because, you know, what is it? 12 stairs down to the next level. It's 12 more. 36 steps to get you down and out of this silly queue. You're waiting for this elevator to unload. Okay. Also, one of the sketchy pieces about this here weekend and this event is if you don't remember that it's Comic-Con and you are working nearby and you suddenly see somebody putting on body armor and brandishing. What the heck is going on? I'm going to do a little bit of a maneuver here. This is called a maneuver. This is me parking. And anyway, so I've been freaked out a little bit, not realizing it was Comic-Con, seeing somebody put on full body armor, what looked like automatic weapons, heading towards a big venue, and then quickly Googling Comic-Con. So don't be alarmed if you're downtown. Well, be alarmed, but check your stats before you say anything to anybody, like the police. Be well. Check out the stuff. Like, subscribe. I don't know. This is new to me. It's fun. Chatting at people is fun. Watch or don't watch. Do as you please. Tomorrow is day 4.